Hi everyone, welcome to Baker Gets Cooking. Today we are going to make curried hummus. Now you can buy lots of hummus. It's readily available in many grocery stores and whatnot, but if you make your own, the flavor is far superior than anything you could buy. And you know exactly what's going into it, so there's no chemicals, no preservatives or anything. So what you have to start out with first is the chickpeas. So I have here fresh chickpeas. So I have reconstituted these. Chickpeas come dried like this. You can find them in the East Indian section of your grocery store. They are grown on the Canadian prairies, so if you can find local ones, check that out. So what you do with that is you reconstitute it. So it's just kind of like a bean. You want to soak it overnight in lots of water, like a gallon of water. And I do about a half a bag at a time, so I do lots. Because once they're cooked and softened, they freeze really well. So they're easy to have in your freezer. You pull them out and you can quickly make about a big batch of hummus. So what you do is you soak the chickpeas overnight in lots of water, no salt, and then the next day you cook them. So bring them to a boil, reduce the heat, and simmer them until they're soft. So that can take about an hour and a half. And so I just keep tasting them, and when I feel like they're the right texture, then they're done. So then I drain them, let them cool, put them in plastic bags in about 2 to 4 cup measuring cup bags, and I freeze them. So that's really simple to do. And then if you want to add some to a salad, you can just pull a few out and you can just toss them in your salad. They thaw really quickly and they taste way fresher than the canned ones. But if you don't want to do this, it does take some time and some organization. If you don't want to do that or don't have the time to, feel free to use cans. That's perfectly fine. Rinse them well. You don't want to leave all that goopy stuff on them. You got to rinse them till the water is clear. So in my food processor with my chopping blade, I have 4 cups of chickpeas. So that would be the equivalent of about 2 cans. So then to that I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. This is a 1/4 cup of olive oil. You want a really good flavored olive oil. There's not many ingredients in here, so use really good quality ingredients. So that goes in to the bin. And then I have a lemon here. And this is an organic lemon because I'm going to use the zest. So I'm going to zest the zest of one lemon right into my food processor. Oh, it smells so good. This food processor is probably about 30 years old. This was given to me by my paternal grandmother, who found that she wasn't using it very much, so she gave it to me, and it's been an absolute workhorse. It's not pretty, but it works really well. And it has a big bowl. That's the other thing that I really like about it. Okay. And then I'm going to juice this lemon, and all the juice is going to go in here. This is my other favorite tool that I love to use, and it's a lemon squeeze. So you just cut the end off of your lemon like that, and that goes right into the press. We'll do this other side too. And then we carefully press down. Kind of like a big garlic press, really. Don't press too vigorously or you're going to get splashed in your face. All the pits will stay inside and not go into my dish, so that's awesome. And then I like to just kind of flip it around and squeeze it again to get all of the juice out. Okay, there's one side. Whoops. Oh, a pit went in my tahini. And there's 2 sides. And then you see the seeds are right there. Love it. Okay, I've got to fish out the seed here. Okay, so then we're going to put a little bit of curry powder in here. So I've got a teaspoon of curry powder and a teaspoon of cumin in here, and that just goes right in there. And then a little bit of salt, like a half a teaspoon of salt. And I do put a little sugar in here. It just kind of balances the flavors. You don't have to add it if you would prefer not to have sugar in it, but it does make it kind of taste a little bit deeper in flavor. And, oh, garlic. Got to get my garlic. Here's my awesome frozen garlic. Just ready and waiting in my freezer, and I'm just going to break off about 2 clove worth or so, about that. So if you want to learn how to do this, it's on the anti-diced chicken thighs video. So in that video I show you how to chop up the garlic and keep it in your freezer so you have it readily available. So much fresher than the bottled stuff that you can buy. That stuff's yucky. This is great. And then a little bit of tahini. So this is tahini. Tahini is sesame seed paste. It kind of tastes almost peanut buttery. So if you wanted to, you could substitute peanut butter for the tahini. That would be fine. It does give it a slightly different taste, but it's pretty subtle, so it's not significantly different. I'm going to put about 2 or 3 tablespoons of tahini in there. This you can find in the Middle Eastern section of the grocery store as well. Okay. And then I'm going to zip that up. So process it in your food processor. Now if you find that your chickpeas are too dry, just add a little bit of water to it. Don't add any more oil. This is pretty low-fat hummus, really. Another thing that you have control over at home that you don't have control over it for store-bought. So I'm just going to put a little bit of water in there, maybe a tablespoon at a time, and until it starts to puree nicely. You can stir it down if you need to. Okay, that looks good to me. I think there's 2 camps of hummus eaters. There's those people that like it smooth, and there's people that like it with a little bit of chunk to it. I like it smooth and almost fluffy, so I process mine a little bit longer. So another thing that you have control over when you make it yourself. Now the last thing that goes in here is a little bit, not a little bit, quite a bit of fresh cilantro. And this just like tops it off. It is so good with this fresh cilantro in it. And I just break it off. This is washed and dried, and I just break it off. And so I'm going to say that's about a half a bunch of cilantro in there. And then I'm just going to process it till it's chopped up a bit and I can see green flecks through the hummus. Okay, and that's it. Now we like to eat our hummus with fresh veggies. It's delicious with fresh veggies. So we have carrots, red peppers, and this is a little bit of romaine. Celery is good too. And also, of course, you could do pita chips or just strips of pita that you've cut up. That's good as well. I'm going to have a taste here with my carrot. Really, really good. Really full flavor. Lots of curry flavor. I can taste the tahini and the lemon and the cilantro. It's really good. It's a great thing to have in your fridge for when people come over. Or I like it too because it's packed full of protein and it's a quick snack to take on the go. So you just grab your cut up vegetables and a little bit of tahini or a little bit of hummus, and you can go out the door and get your kids to hockey or whatever. So we love this recipe. I hope it works for you. You can find the recipe on my blog. The link will be just below the video. And thanks for joining. Check us out again soon. This is Baker Gets Cooking, and I'm Tracy Baker. Thanks. See you later. Bye.